Dear Diary, help me solve my problems. Learn today how to journal your problems away on Distinctions for Life.
Distinctions for Life, helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference.
I'm Ron Davis, and I'm all about helping ambitious people go from being wannabe entrepreneurs to having a profitable and sustainable business. I do this by giving you the mental tools to understand your business and what you need to do next to make it happen. These videos are one way that I do that. Another is a short weekly email I send with a few useful tools, resources, and topics. If that sounds like something that you'd like to get your hands on, you can go to distinctionsforlife.tv and sign up. The other day, I noticed a trend in my life. There was a certain important but not urgent project that I kept putting off. Every day it would be on my to-do list, and I would do all kinds of other things instead. Every weekend I would review my projects for the week and put this important project back on the list. Then just move it through the week with no progress. Now you might think this is a normal plight for an important but not urgent thing. And you'd be right, that is part of it, but my time leadership process should handle that. It's why I'm intentional on Sundays to look at these non-urgent tasks and schedule them. I will put a link in the description to my time leadership one-pager that kind of explains how I do time leadership and what time leadership is, and the article about it on the Distinctions for Life website. But it was at the point of execution that it wasn't happening. I would just look at the task and my mind would go blank, and I wouldn't know what to do. Finally, I realized that I had a problem, and I needed to figure it out. But no amount of sitting around navel-gazing or trying to think about it was gonna cause action. Finally, I pulled out my special Distinctions for Life notebook and started journaling about it. I asked myself, why am I never making progress on this project? Why do I keep delaying it? And then I started journaling about it. After a few minutes, I discovered the problem. Then I kept writing, asking how to solve the problem. Soon, I had an action plan that made taking the next step simple. I no longer looked at the task and went blank. Best of all, it was written out, as was my thinking about the problem, both good and bad. And it led to this distinction video. I could, at this point, talk about how just the physical act of writing changes the way you think about something. I could tell you that it engages your physical body in the process. I could wax poetic about the power of writing. But to me, that isn't actionable, and DFL is all about giving you actions and next steps. I've done an entire video on how to journal using morning pages, and you might want to check it out for the basics. We are going to use some of the same principles and methods when problem-solving journaling. The big difference between morning pages and problem-solving journaling is intentionality, which is the first tip for writing to solve problems. Start with an intention. The first sentence you should write should be the problem that you are trying to solve, either as a statement or a question. This tells your brain where you want to go, what outcome that you want. After you've written your intention down, just brain vomit, stream of consciousness write. Just like morning pages, you are going to endeavor to keep the pen moving. Don't filter yourself. Don't try to stay on topic. Just write. Don't worry about staying on topic at first. As a matter of fact, you're probably gonna start bouncing all over the place. How long it takes you to get to problem solving is directly proportional to how often you already do morning pages journaling. The point of morning pages is to clear out your brain, and if you haven't done it in a while, there's lots of stuff clogged up in your brain that needs to get out. You won't think straight about your topic until that is cleared out. What you'll probably find is that you bounce around for 5 or 10 minutes and then suddenly you are on topic and you don't have much trouble staying there. You need to use a mark system. I believe that your brain doesn't trust you, and you'll learn this while journaling. You'll be writing and remember that thing that you forgot to do and that it is completely unrelated to the topic. So you'll write it down because you're writing everything, and you'll say to yourself, I'll remember that and I'll come back and find it at the end. But your brain knows better. It's going to say, you're going to come back, liar. So, in a couple of minutes, that thing will jump right back into your thoughts. That is your brain saying, I have to keep reminding you of this because it's important. If you put a mark in the margin when you first encounter that thing, your brain goes, hey, she actually intends to come back to this thing. Okay, I trust her and will let that thing go. A mark system like the one I mentioned in my other journaling video will help you remember and review later, so use it. Next, find good questions and keep finding them. Your intention may be a question. Why am I not doing that thing that I keep putting off? Along the way, you may discover other questions to explore, but be on your guard that you aren't asking questions that are defeatist. Like, why don't I ever do what I should? That is a bad question. Here are a few good ones. What do I need to do next to make this happen? Who do I need to ask about this problem? How can I do this and enjoy the process? What will be the dire consequences if I don't do this? Finally, you need to review at the end. There will come a time in your writing when you realize you've done something. You've had a breakthrough and see your problem differently. You know what smaller tasks you need to be focused on. You're motivated like you weren't before. That is when it is time to bring this journaling in for a landing. That means write out any last thoughts and stop. But stopping isn't the end. Now you need to review. First, look at all of your marks. You may have new to-do items, questions that need answering, stars next to good ideas and thoughts. Review these things and decide where they need to be transferred for maximum impact. To your to-do list, to your calendar, to your project outline. Okay, so let's review. Start with intention. Brain vomit without filtering, use a mark system, find and use good questions, and review at the end. This is just the start of journaling for problem solving, but following these 5 steps will help you work through your problems that you may have been ignoring. Question of the day: how do you journal to solve your problems? Leave your tips and answers below. Thanks for watching today. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. This channel is all about helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. Until next time, I'm Ron Davis. I could tell you that it engages your physical body in the process. The big difference between simple morning pages and problem-solving journaling. See, I went all gender the other direction and said she, but it seems weird for the brain to be saying she. I don't know. Brain bomb it?